Good evening. This is Ryan with TrendLizard.com. Hey, Jason, I hope you're doing well. Thanks for the email. I am going to take a look at one stock for you today. It is ZIM Integrated Shipping Services. Not one I've looked at before, one that is fairly new. It was incepted back in January this year of 2021. Now, the tricky part about analyzing this with the Elliott Wave theory, which is what we do, obviously, people who subscribe to our pro level service at TrendLizard.com send me these emails asking me to analyze stocks, ETFs, cryptos, whatever it is they want using the Elliott Wave theory, which is a very powerful technical analysis theory that tells us where price has been and where it's going based on a predictable pattern. Now, sorry about the spiel, but with this guy here, because it's so new, it's tricky to determine exactly where it is without at least considering a couple different possibilities, because whatever the case may be, whatever we're looking at is not even a single completed 5-wave Elliott wave pattern. So we have to take a look at it in a couple different ways, but I think in the end, we come up with some valuable information to determine what matters for ZIM moving forward. So the up move obviously in 2021 has been impressive. One way to look at this is that this was a third wave, a fourth wave here, and a fifth wave up. Now you say, wait a second, aren't patterns like this supposed to be 5-wave moves? Yes, but just because it was incepted in January doesn't mean this was the very start of a brand new 5-wave move. Back in time, say it was IPO'd back here, maybe you would have had a first, second, third, fourth, fifth, something like that. That's what makes it difficult when you're dealing with IPOs, because you don't know exactly where you're coming in on the pattern. One possibility, again, is that this was a third, a fourth, and a fifth, and then what's happened since September is pretty big pullback, some back and forth action. This could fit as a larger correction of that 5-wave move. That's one possibility. It's not the only possibility. Let's take a look at another one here. Same price action. The other idea would be that a 5th wave completed here. It was corrected by an ABC pullback into July's low, and everything that's happened since then is the start of a new 5-wave move. Wave 1 here, wave 2 down, and we're in a slow start to that third wave up. So we need to consider both possibilities, but again, I think by doing so, we can get some pretty good information. So let's go ahead and zoom in. This takes a closer look at the possibility that larger 5th wave completed and a larger correction has already begun. Now, if this is the case, if this was wave 5, this was wave A, and this is wave B, it'll become pretty clear that this is the case as soon as this recovery effort off of October's low becomes a counter trend move. Because if it's a counter trend move, it has to mean a larger pullback is playing out off of September's high. And if a larger pullback is playing out off of September's high, then it would point to this labeling here because it supports a larger pullback. So that's kind of the logic there. A move below 50 would look like that this up leg here isn't a counter trend move. That would be a big warning to us and would suggest that the larger pullback is happening. Now, we can label this a different way if you recall the possibility that this is the start of a new 5-wave move off of July's low. If that's the case, this needs to be the low of the pullback, what happened in October, and it needs to head higher from here. So same thing here. If we have that second wave pullback here, and this is the start of a third wave advance, this is the way I can label it. I don't love it. It doesn't feel trendy, but it's a possibility. Again, if this is the resumption of the uptrend, ZIM should stay above 50. Technically, you can be bullish as long as ZIM is above 50. If it moves below that level, again, a larger pullback would be indicated. That would be a warning. It would look more like a move is going to happen down deeper into this yellow area before the pullback ends. It could move as low as 30. If that's the case, I don't think it would, but that would be a possibility that you had to be aware of. So that's why if you're trading this on any shorter time frame, I think a move below 50 would be a good enough reason to step aside and allow a larger pullback to play out before you get back in. If it can stay above 50, obviously, then that looks a lot better and it continues up from here. You can look at this as the start of, again, a 1, 2, and away we go in a larger third wave with ultimately a 5-wave advance forming to the upside. So 50 to me is the key. Needs to stay above there to have a chance to continue north from there. My opinion, I don't love it. I wish that this action was a little bit more purposeful. It looks more like counter trend movement, but it wouldn't be the first time that trendy movement started in a slow fashion, so you can't really count it out either. So keep an eye on 50. That should guide the way. So I hope that is helpful. Have a wonderful evening, Jason. I'm sure we'll talk to you again very soon. Take care.